Suppose you are standing on the edge of a vast desert, with nothing but sand dunes stretching out before you. Now what if this scene transformed by towering structures, ancient, immense, and seemingly untouched by time? This is the experience of encountering the pyramids of Giza, built over 4,600 years ago by pharaohs Khufu, Khafre, and Menkore. These pyramids aren't just colossal tombs, they are enduring symbols of human ingenuity and ambition. Khufu, the second king of Egypt's fourth dynasty, began this monumental project, setting a precedent that his successors would follow. But how did these ancient kings manage to erect such awe-inspiring monuments without modern technology? Khufu's pyramid, the largest of the three, stands at a towering 481 feet. The location in Giza was carefully chosen for its proximity to the cult centers of Heliopolis and the previously sanctified tombs. This strategic positioning was a statement of power and reverence for the gods. The construction itself was a marvel. Contrary to popular belief, these pyramids were not built by slaves, but by skilled Egyptian laborers, meticulously organized and well compensated for their efforts. Recent discoveries of worker villages near the site reveal a surprising level of organization and care, with evidence suggesting these workers enjoyed decent living conditions and medical care. Each pyramid was meticulously planned and aligned with precise astronomical and religious principles. The arrangement of the temples and the orientation of the pyramids towards each other and towards celestial bodies speak volumes about the advanced knowledge and planning capabilities of ancient Egyptian architects and astronomers. But beyond the technical details, the pyramids continue to fascinate with their mysteries. How did they align the massive stone blocks so precisely? What rituals and ceremonies accompanied their construction and use? And perhaps most intriguingly, who exactly was buried inside these grand tombs? The interior of Khufu's pyramid, for instance, reveals a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, including the iconic Grand Gallery and the King's Chamber. Despite millennia of exploration and study, these spaces still hold secrets, from the purpose of the Queen's Chamber to the whereabouts of Khufu's actual remains. For visitors today, the pyramids of Giza remain a beacon of wonder and curiosity. Standing in their shadow, it's easy to feel the weight of history and the ambition of ancient civilizations. They continue to inspire awe and debate, from theories about their construction techniques to the identities of those who built them. But what other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of Egypt? What new discoveries await us that might reshape our understanding of these enduring testaments to human achievement? The legacy of the pyramids isn't just in their size or age, it's in their ability to provoke questions and ignite imaginations across centuries. However, ancient Egypt was a land of mysteries and mighty rulers, the pharaohs. These kings were believed to be gods walking among mortals. This civilization was built towering pyramids and colossal temples, all to honor the pharaohs and ensure their divine authority. From the dawn of Egypt's history, pharaohs like Thutmose III and Amenhotep III commanded not just armies, but the very faith of their people. They were not merely kings, but the living embodiment of Egypt's gods, bridging mortal and divine realms. Can you imagine the weight of that responsibility? It all began with Narmer, or was it Menes? Legends swirl around these early rulers who unified Upper and Lower Egypt, forging a kingdom that would endure for millennia. They wielded absolute power, deciding laws, collecting taxes, and leading wars that expanded Egypt's borders. Egyptian history unfolds in chapters marked by great pharaohs. The Old Kingdom saw Djoser and Khufu, creators of the timeless pyramids that still defy time. Theirs was an era of architectural marvels, where each pyramid was a stairway to heaven, a testament to their eternal rule. Then came the Middle Kingdom, a time of reunification under Mentuhotep II and Senusret I. These pharaohs stabilized Egypt after turmoil, leaving behind monuments like the Heliopolis obelisk that spoke of their power and vision for a unified land. But it was the New Kingdom that saw Egypt at its apex. Thutmose III's military genius brought wealth and glory, while Amenhotep III's 50-year reign brought peace and prosperity. Then, Akhenaten shocked Egypt with his monotheistic revolution, forever altering its religious landscape. Ramses II, the great builder, left his mark with monuments like Abu Simbel, while Tutankhamun's tomb revealed treasures untouched for millennia, sparking a modern fascination with ancient Egypt. These pharaohs were immortalized in gold and stone, their stories etched into hieroglyphs. Yet not all was divine. Pharaohs faced challenges: political intrigue, foreign invasions, and the delicate balance of Ma'at, the cosmic order they were sworn to protect. War, diplomacy, and the occasional divine intervention shaped their rule, ensuring Egypt's prosperity and harmony. And what about the pharaohs themselves? They weren't always Egyptian. The Hyksos, Nubians, Greeks, they all left their mark on Egypt's throne, each imprinting their own chapter in Egypt's saga. And when a pharaoh died, it wasn't just the end, it was a journey to the afterlife. Mummified and entombed in pyramids or crypts, surrounded by treasures fit for immortality, they prepared for a journey guided by ancient beliefs in eternal life and rebirth. Through art and inscriptions, ancient Egypt's pharaohs live on, larger than life, immortalized in stone and story. Their faces stare down from colossal statues, their deeds painted on tomb walls, reminding us of a time when gods walked the earth as kings. Probably they were more than kings. They were gods, architects, warriors, and guardians of an ancient civilization that still captivates us today. In ancient Egypt, life was like a giant pyramid, with the pharaoh sitting right at the top. Imagine this pyramid. At the very peak is the pharaoh, who wasn't just a ruler but also considered a god on earth. He made the laws, kept everyone safe, and even made sure the gods were happy so that the Nile flooded and crops grew well. Right under the pharaoh was his right-hand person, the vizier. This guy was like the chief advisor and sometimes even acted as the high priest. His job was huge. He had to approve all the important documents and make sure everything ran smoothly in the pharaoh's household. Think of him as the person who kept everything organized and under control. Next down the pyramid were the nobles. They were like local governors, each ruling over different parts of Egypt. They made their own rules and kept order in their regions. Imagine having your own little kingdom to run. Then there were the priests. Their job was to keep the gods happy by performing rituals and ceremonies. They weren't out there preaching like priests in other places. Instead, they were focused on making sure the gods were pleased. Quite a unique job, right? Now here's where it gets interesting: the scribes. These guys were like the ancient Egyptian record keepers. They were the only ones who could read and write, and they kept records of everything, from how much food was harvested to how many soldiers were in the army. Imagine knowing everything that's going on in your country because you're the one writing it all down. Of course, every country needs protection, and that's where the soldiers came in. They were responsible for defending Egypt from enemies and were rewarded handsomely for their service, sometimes with land or riches taken from conquered foes. Then there were the craftsmen, who were like the skilled workers of ancient Egypt. From making pottery to crafting jewelry, these artisans worked together in workshops, creating beautiful things that we still admire today. But let's not forget the farmers. They were the backbone of Egyptian society, working the lands owned by the pharaoh and nobles. In return for their hard work, they received housing, food, and clothes. Some even rented land from nobles, paying them a share of their crops. Now you might be wondering about slaves. Unlike what you see in movies, there were no slave markets in ancient Egypt. Slaves were mostly prisoners of war who worked in various places, from households to mines and temples. Now, if you think about it, this whole pyramid of social classes kept ancient Egypt running smoothly. Each group had its role to play, from the pharaoh at the top to the farmers and craftsmen at the bottom. It's like they had their own unique way of making sure everything worked like a well-oiled machine. Looking at the huge pyramids of Giza, we see more than just old tombs. They show how clever and ambitious ancient Egyptians were. The pyramids were built with great skill and aligned carefully with the stars and gods. They make us curious about what's inside and who built them. The legacy of ancient Egypt and its pharaohs still interests and inspires us today. And that's it for now. Thank you for exploring the wonders of ancient Egypt with us. If you enjoyed learning about the pyramids and pharaohs, don't forget to check out our next video on the Persian Empire. Click over to our channel and watch Persian Empire to discover another fascinating chapter in ancient history. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical adventures.